Hello and welcome to another modeling video. This is Alan from the Mokonomana YouTube with another model video. Today, unboxing, building, finishing and reviewing the 4D Models 72nd T-14 Armata, current 4th generation new Russian armor. New kit released in 2022, paid $11, approximately $8 USD. From this company, the more recent, the higher the quality. And we're getting a recent modern era subject at the quality and build of an old Airfix or Matchbox offering, pre-injection molded, colored, marked and snap fit. 3 runners, approximately 20 parts, 2-piece hull, a metal antenna, comprehensive instructions on a single page double-sided, mostly written in Chinese, no markings or decals. Options include desert brown or green, sold at random. This was shipped without a box. With basic tools, cement and putty, we'll be building this with standard scale modeling techniques, double cutting the part off the runner and cleaning the sprue with knife and sandpaper, reaming connecting points for a looser fit, and plastic cementing all components together for a solid fit and construction. Further issues like ejector pin marks and flash are also sanded away. Hull and turret seam lines filled and sanded away. Out of the 4 major steps, the first is wheel assembly and the bottom hull. Nice raised underneath detail, but skeptical of its authenticity. The box structure and row of wheels suspension pre-molded in, without hesitation slotted in with no great ease and no difficulty. Followed by a second layer of pre-molded tracks around already positioned wheels. Doesn't get any easier than this and looks great. Can be pre-painted before slotting. Next is the 2-piece hull and articulated joint cannon. Sanded and sandwiched together, the seam is mostly invisible but still filled. Through clever placement, the gun barrel, as expected, has side flash. Found a new circular glass file which cleaned it and rounded it off quite easily. The putty, similar to Tamiya or Mr. Hobby basic type, is a mix of automotive lacquer primer and talcum powder. It builds up in mounds, shrinks a bit and sanded away 24 hours later. The rocket launchers and traversing ring clicks underneath in a little special void. Optics, storage, stowage, antennas and other detail are glued right on top. Followed, the cement is also home brewed with very strong solvents and a little resin melted in a slurry of sprue goo. Clever molded single piece optic turret is added last. Again, no challenge and all slotted together with the greatest of ease. Next is the top hull half with overhanging track guards that cleverly hides any seams. Little bit of detail on top. Hatch or viewing portal and side vent grill armor. Can't be too sure. Like everything else, clicks in but is featherly anchored with plastic cement. Those inner connecting points also reamed out, and the 3 pieces thrown on top of each other. The turret with a circular bayonet slot that needs to be imported at an angle and clicked forward. All the putty mentioned prior is sanded off the next day. With the extra care I've taken, the building process would have not taken any more than 2 hours. In the hands of a beginner or kid, you'd get a bit of fun out of it within 15 minutes. The proportions and scaling looks pretty good to reference material. A little light on raised and panel detail, but to be expected with minimal parts molded. Besides being easy, no complaint. Finishing this was a concern as I'm not a fan of the parade markings and didn't want to purchase a detail or mask all that out, and basic armor green is a bit too boring. At the time of construction, news has changed in the use and potential deployment of this vehicle, and markings was suggested from recommended thumbnails and social media posts. The model remained disassembled in the 3 pieces where alligator clips can access the connecting points and mount onto corrugated cardboard for ease of painting and less handling, which is all beautifully rigid. The first layer is budget automotive primer, heavily thinned down with premium lacquer thinner, sprayed through a cheap budget bought 0.3mm airbrush on a small plastic compressor fitted with an aquarium pump. The layer of primer, which promotes adhesion and a uniform colour, showed no issues, seams or faults that need correcting. With a mix of automotive and hobby paints, I selected 3 colours from dark to light to do gradient shading tones, base coating in the darkest green and then building it up with a medium green where light would naturally shadow and cascade down, and highlighting the very top upper details to give a sense of light and definition. The road wheels has a black rubber lining which is painted with tire black and a brown oxidized mix metallic on the tank tracks. A little bit of optics, lights, antennas and machine guns were also hand painted with their corresponding colours via brush. Tamiya accent colour and enamel paint that's heavily thinned to be used as a wash, which you can either pin panels and it floods or cover an entire surface and wipe back, which I did that by thinning it further with gum turpentine, allowing that to dry and chemically harden and following it up with a matte clear coat to dull any glossiness and mix matched finishes from the various paints I've used. The T-14 is a contentious topic in military commentary and historical communities, mixed with current politics and propaganda being billed as a game-changing wonder weapon or a paper tiger that breaks down in parade. I really wanted this for my collection and to build as a talking point and to visually see it. 4D did not disappoint and I lapped it up as soon as it was available via AliExpress very affordably. Quick and easy to build, it looks like what it's meant to be, and had no issues to dress it up and whether finish it at a slightly higher standard than just a snap kit. Would be absolute no issue to colour and sludge wash and throw in a war game if needed. Pretty much no difference to any other 4D review I've done. This is very highly recommended. I'm very happy with the work I've done to it and how it's turned out. Everything demonstrated in this video was not hard to do. And thank you very much for watching. As always, until next time, stay tuned for further content. Check out the description section down below for references and social media links, and we'll catch you guys later. See ya.